This is Angry Sunshine, and we are continuing our adventure with Hogwarts Legacy. Last time, we learned that Madame Kagawa became a teacher and professor instead of joining the Tengu because someone slipped Felicia's potion into her drink and then she had to back out because it felt like cheating. Very interesting. You learn a lot about the professors and characters in this game. We also went to Beast class, got to play with the little creatures, and at the end, we learned how to break into those locks with Alohomora, so hopefully we can explore more of the castle that we haven't been able to access. As you can see here, we're at the start screen. I usually like to start us in the room of requirement. I like to put on new outfits before we start our stream, find the best gear that we have collected. But last time, jumping into the room of requirement jumped me right into a cutscene that I exited out on, so that way I didn't go ahead of the story without you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and begin, and we're gonna jump right into this.
Deke?
Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howin said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can, on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area, so perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out there on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along then.
Adventure with Deke? Okay. I know the
Our first
Fantastic
stop will
Beast
be beyond the castle
references.
grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
You just keep walking in place, Deke. I'll be right there. Oh, there's my stuff. Yeah, no, I saw the knapsack and I was like, Fantastic Beasts. Oh, we're gonna get some creatures. I love the creatures. Go ahead, and this should max us out of how many shrivel figs we can collect here. Yep, 999. We can no longer get any more shrivel figs. Have too much moonstone, especially when we start to go overboard and really decorate this room of requirement. Alright, Deke, lead the way.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing.
Deke is so precious. Oh, if you could send beasts to friends, like a little trading thing, that would be fabulous.
That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good.
Elves, they all have such tragic
have arrived.
backstories.
Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
You got one!
Do I just collect them all? I'll collect them all.
Do cooperate, won't you?
Oh, they're getting feisty now. Come here.
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
You really just gave us a bag of holding for pets.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Lumos. Everything's all right now.
Pokemon and Kirby. TARDIS bag. We have to collect them all now. I'm not sure where I'm putting them all, but we need to collect them all. Oh.
Professor Howin will never believe this.
Imagine being some of these creatures, just, you know, chilling, eating. Suddenly someone collects you into a bag and teleports you to another universe.
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Are ready now, but exactly how many beasts? I'm sure there's something in the inventory about this. Ah, there we are. Okay, we got some room. The honking daffodils. Well, that's not what we were trying to do.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or simply wait a moment, and they should return.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive beast.
Would you mind talking a bit more about what it was like working for your former master?
Deke's master was not kind to beasts, or to Deke. He saw beasts only as a source of income, to be used for potion ingredients and labor, and Deke will not say more. But Deke is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts and make amends for the things his master made him do.
Deke.
Then I shall go and rescue a jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
We have to rescue all these creatures for Deke. Alright, we're gonna hit these birds with the Levioso.
Levioso. I'll look after you. Levioso.
Not the one we wanted, but here we go.
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Very The keyboard, they choose very random letters.
No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm.
Just have to.
Levioso. I rescued a jobberknoll.
Deke hopes your jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
We can reassign the letters, but F is not the worst one since it's next to the WASD movement. So we'll see how it is for now.
Professor Howin will never believe this.
Jobberknoll got away from us, but we'll find him again. Now we're going to the mooncalf habitat.
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deke's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deke was the most fortunate one, as Deke was sent to Hogwarts. Deke's friends were not as fortunate.
I shall go and find a mooncalf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Right. He did this once. Let's see what a moon. They got such big eyes.
I'll look after you. Leviosa! Everything's all right now.
Gotta collect them all. Come back.
There. I'm not going to hurt you. Leviosa! Settle yourself.
don't think there are any other moon calves hiding from us. Let's see how many we got. Got a lot of them. And we have different genders. There's a star next to this one. Does that make you special? Can you breed them? Is that why there's genders? I don't know. We'll find out. Getting ahead of myself here.
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
The hunt for the turquoise juggernaut.
There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of?
Not so little, buddy.
Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready.
Oh, my chairs came back. Okay. Do they get their own little dimension?
Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them, let them see their new home.
There's so many! This place is massive! Alright, let's add you. One of you. You're pink. Let's go. You just spit them out.
Oh!
They're so cute.
Deke thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for your beasts.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too.
You don't think this is
But
enough
if you
space?
do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need, and she'll give you a fair price for them. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with valuable magical materials, such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Dee can show you how to use them.
Very well. I shall let you know when I have some.
Okay.
Most excellent.
Not ready to be interacted. They're too busy eating. Go for it, Bluebird. You got some puffskein there, like? Campers away. What big eyes you have. That's a buddy. A minute. Should be fed. There's resources here. Everyone has their exit buddy now. Okay, let's see just how massive this area is. What's this? Who's hiding in the cave? Oh, there's chests in here? Floor. Okay, so it looks like we can customize this area too.
Revelio.
Got a pen. Oh, there's another chest. They get their own private lake. How about up there? This place is massive. little lake here, little pond. Pond. I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Gonna have to create a path there. Oh, nope, we got this. Good old run and jump. Somebody's gonna like high places.
Revelio.
Really cool.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now, Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom?
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
Sounds like we're gonna be able to upgrade our own clothes. Wait a minute. Only come in that statue will actually sink, so I'm guessing this might be another room in the future. Which this place is already huge, so... Here, why not? The trades. A lot of our damage. Let's fill up our ancient magic. Oh, we need Measle fur for that. But we can increase our fire.
That came out nicely. I should show Deke. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Can I use the loom to enhance any item of clothing?
The loom will only enhance clothing of a certain quality. Deke suspects you'll find more valuable clothing as you explore. Deke also knows that some of the shops in Hogsmeade can provide you with a variety of clothing for you to enhance.
Thank you for your help, Deke.
This will be fun, but I know we're probably going to keep replacing our clothes as we explore and discover more. Now there's huge trees in here. Perfect with the aesthetic going on. Alright, well now it looks like we can collect beasts and they'll get thrown into here. I feel like we should find some more. But let's go to Hogsmeade, since they said there was a place here. We can sell the other beasts that we're not keeping in here for the moment. And peck.
Revelio.
Hello. Mind you, don't turn quick. If you're stuck with a Duracell feather, it doesn't half hurt.
Peck. Proprietor Ellie Peck is a fierce protector of beasts and will give you a fair price for any beast in need of a safe home. Peck is the shop to visit for beast pie products like Flooper feathers and Niffler fur. Thanks, Danny. Who are you? You are a big... name is Giant Purple Toad. The name is right to the point. You are a giant purple toad. I now want a giant purple toad.
Revelio. Hello.
Oh, welcome to Brood and Peck. I'm Ellie Peck. And before you ask, I'm out of a Braxton hair. The lot of it was bought up by a trader in Ottery St. Catchpole. Made me take it in person, they did. No care that I had to shut the shop. Apparently had a bad experience with someone shipping them hair for my Wampus cat. Must have been someone from America, no doubt, because we don't even have them here. Anyway, what are you here for? Mooncar fur? Duracell feathers? Always have trouble collecting them myself as the bird keeps disappearing. Cheeky thing. Used to carry them in the shop, Duracalls, but people kept asking for their money back when they'd get home and the blasted things would be nowhere in sight.
Seems like a poor choice of inventory. Surely that's obvious.
You don't mind sharing your opinions, do you? Despite the fact that we are a wizarding village, doesn't mean these things appear by magic. Takes a lot to round up these feathers. Don't get me started on thwoppers. Most of the suppliers of thwopper feathers may as well be living in St. Mungo's.
Perhaps it was your dealings with Fwoopers that led to the precarious idea of stocking Duracalls.
Oh, you are well and cheeky, aren't you? Don't worry, I don't mind. Never had a still tongue in my head either. And I'll have you know that it's my highest priority to ensure that all beasts are safe and well cared for. Right thing to do and good for business. Anyway, perhaps you should have a look around. Stocks change all the time, and not just because they disappear. Always best to pop in whenever you can to get things before they run out. Which they used to literally do.
He's
Thank
so
you, I
punny.
will.
Take all the time you need. And thank you for stopping by. A treat to have you here.
And what do you have for sale?
I can't wait till we find the
what sort of beast
floopers.
byproducts might you be looking to acquire?
Because we owe Professor Sharp one from giving them to a Weasley.
I don't mind selling things for certain clients. You know where to find me.
Oh, is this how we stop being poor? Rubies?
I'll not mind seeing you here again. Consider yourself welcome.
That owl is kind of giving me the stink eye. No, might just be staring. I have no clue what they're staring at, but this was a fun little shop. Nothing missed. There's a rat. Oh, that rat is. Oh, they're out of here. Daddy. Oh, we can break into here now.
Hello,
Let's
Laura.
go.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
We have to collect those because of the professor that's terrified of them.
Revelio.
Give it some time.
Mine now, demiguise. Hogsmeade, here I come.
What can we break into now? Nope.
Alohomora. Revelio.
got an interesting choice in artwork. Oh.
Never knew butterflies were attracted to treasure. Must have missed that one in Beasts.
Hey, Dukes. Must be for a quest.
Revelio.
Does gold respawn? Creepy in here at night.
Revelio.
Stocking inventory.
Revelio.
Magical mail. These chutes in the post office magically sort various bits of mail. The post office itself houses over 200 owls, color-coded based on how quickly a particular letter or parcel needs to be delivered. That's one way to expedite.
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
Didn't want anyone to go into this building.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Looks like we're getting locked out of a lot of places now.
Just let me know if there's something in particular you're looking for. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Beast feeder. Beast toy box? Sure.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Revelio.
This. We not been here before? Four-eyed spectacles. Just 2 galleons.
Revelio.
Could have sworn I saw one of the Hogwarts ghosts wandering this way. Very strange.
Two.
Mine now, demiguise.
I could use some gold. Why, hello again! Come and listen. I've acquired what muggles call...
Oh, you got another instrument.
Marvelous, isn't it? Wager I could handle
It really does gather more instruments when you tip them.
Imagine how muggles get by without magic. Almost makes me feel
You know my brother is serving a sentence in
Mysterious drink
Azkaban.
left on this table. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Alohomora.
We'll get there on this one. Nothing? Alright, whose house are we in now? Oh! There's
Revelio.
actually someone here.
Muggles have made life hard for us since the dawn of time.
The people to join you for dinner? Not even gonna acknowledge my existence? Just leave her there.
I saw what you did! Ha! I have no tolerance for thieves! Hand them back.
Hand what back, sir? We've not took a thing.
Hand them back.
There's nothing to give, sir. It was only the one. That's all of them, sir. Honestly,
Oh,
I swear.
they're tied up.
Are you pair going to keep pilfering my shop?
I swear it was just those ones, sir. Promise, sir. We'd never take more than those.
I tell you this, they'll not appreciate your antics in Azkaban. You just wait till I see your mother.
That was a bit harsh.
The thieves. They're going their separate ways.
Revelio.
Butterbeer barrels. These barrels contain the popular wizarding drink butterbeer. It is served both cold and hot and has a slight alcoholic content that seems to impact house elves much more than humans. Oh, that butterbeer barrel leveled us up.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
Story-wise, we're not too far. We learned about Rookwood and the goblins. We got to the map chamber, unlocked Percival. And we did get to meet Rookwood. We haven't met the other two paintings in the map chamber yet. Right now we're kind of going through classes. Oh, thank you. Really, the style right now is taking whatever is the highest equipment and just sticking it on my character just to see what we end up with outfit-wise. It's always a surprise.
I can see why he said that. You do seem angry.
Of course I'm angry now, in large part due to his absurd overreaction to what is simply passion for my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I know I can change it, but I'm kind of curious as to what the items look like regularly, since I know a lot of people have been putting different, the different visuals on top of them. I just kind of want to see what the developers designed clothes-wise.
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing 2 snidgets with 1 stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
I'll take the money.
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacular. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacular.
Seems I need to find Mr. This must be it.
So far for the equipment we
This must
found,
be the
a
cellar.
lot of them repeat
Now,
themselves.
to find that venomous tentacular. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me. Revelio.
Won't let me take it, whatever this is.
Hello, Amora.
What could be stirring?
Where is that venomous tentacular?
Ugh. You gotta be sneakier.
Where is that venomous tentacular?
Guess that's probably it. Spiders. It's always spiders.
So many spiders. No wonder they haven't taken over the whole house.
Okay. Ooh. Breaks. I like how he did not hear us killing all of these spiders. He caught us sneaking, but as we're incinerating everything in here, he can't hear.
Now that I have the venomous tentacular, I should return to Mr. Barnes.
succeeded in stealing this prize tentacula and possibly putting this man out of business.
Completed that errand for me yet?
Look at them. They think they're so cool.
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Ha! Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. Let's see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
It wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your business acumen. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
Excellent. Slowly we'll make our way into the black market of Hogsmeade.
Daily Prophet! You read it here first.
It was an accident, Basilisk breeder insists. The Cornish wizard arrested for breeding Basilisk has insisted that it was all simply a silly mistake. He was taken in after a routine inspection revealed toad infestations in all 5 of his chicken coops. Basilisk breeding has long been forbidden by the Ministry. However, due to the potency, rarity, and value of the basilisk venom, it is perhaps not surprising to know that the less rule-abiding amongst us have skirted the law. As explained by a neighbor of the wizard in custody, a shrouded figure who has chosen to remain anonymous, the way to make a basilisk is by hatching a chicken egg beneath a toad. Every wizard with a wand knows that. The Cornish wizard has pleaded total ignorance as a defense before the Wizengamot, claiming that his chicken coops are simply irresistible to toads, and that he had no knowledge of the basilisk breeding process. His defense was met with widespread skepticism by members, with the exception of Belinda Brown of the Department of Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures, who said, "I have no doubt he's that much of a moon mine. We told him we were coming, didn't we? All he had to do was move the toads." Could you imagine just going into your chicken coop one day and you really did not know how basilisks were bred? And just finding them everywhere?
Read all about it.
Wait until the future where they learn what's under the school.
Sure sounds so bad. I don't mind the odd one without magic.
Come in, look around, and if you've been eating chocolate frogs, please refrain from touching. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion.
See if we
Be sure to
can
stop.
replace some of our gear here. Well, I haven't seen my eyes in a while. This is the best one, but what is this? Ah.
About. Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
My glasses, you served us well. We are becoming less poor with every episode here.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Going to meet Sebastian's sister, Anne. He lives quite a ways away.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Thanks, Blue Powder Lady. Can't wait to meet Sebastian's sister. We've heard so much. No, not while mounted. All right, you can't take the shortcut around the mountain, through the mountain. Gotta go around. Let's see if we can find any new gossip.
I think Garlic puts that venomous tentacular near us deliberately. She does. You see next time. My uncle knows Kagawa, so I can't imagine I won't get good marks. And my aunt knows Black's wife, so all in all, I'd say I'm well set.
She's always showing off about her puff scheme grooming. Fur like silk. What shine? Ugh, I could be sick.
Do you ever wish you could ride a hippogriff? I've ridden one, of course. Several, in fact. I just wondered if you knew what it was like. I shrunk my mother once. I did.
He shrunk his mother once. That sounds like a story. There is just so much to explore in this game.
Seems your art is in this.
Oh, this is where Sebastian lives. This is really cozy.
Wingardium Leviosa makes light work, I always say.
My mother used to say I was lazy, wouldn't pick up my toys, she said. Her own fault for teaching me Accio. I wish I'd paid more attention when I was at Hogwarts.
Oh! Not a day goes by I don't use something I
Man.
didn't learn at Hogwarts.
Who needs keys when you know Alohomora?
Revelio certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back in the schools.
Revelio.
The Feldcroft Well. The well in Feldcroft ran dry some 400 years ago during a great drought. Sadly, many perished as a result, including at least one young boy whose father refused to speak for years thereafter. Legend says that all was saved when a group of benevolent witches and wizards used a never-before-seen powerful magic to restore water to the region. Oh, so this is the same village that Ignora's from. The young boy must be her brother.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
He doesn't look it like he's in the mood.
Hello.
Well, let's see what he's
Nice
selling.
to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiai, and this is my shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft borders goblin country, but we've always lived in peace with their kind. Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
Belgroth the Bludgeoner. I can't wait to meet him. He sounds like a delight.
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
Beast byproducts. So I'm guessing the thing right in front of him looks like dung. Going to assume it's dung.
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my home. As for the shop, I suppose my line of work chose me as well. I've always loved working with beasts. And my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
Well, I don't blame you blame them that they love beasts.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
Mooncat fur. It's okay. We can
Have
collect
I
our own.
mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
That is a way to find out you're not the favorite. Your young brother dies and, Dad's just not going to talk to anyone else. I'm guessing including you. No wonder Ignora was so determined to find a way to take her father's pain away if he wasn't speaking to anybody. Trophy. Oh, there's a Gryffindor who lives in here. I'm just gonna take their butterbeer money and head out. That's cool. He's effective at his job of scaring away the birds.
Alohomora. Revelio. It's It's like a place right out of a storybook.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
You made it.
For us.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
He really cares for his sister.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
But it is concerning to what lengths he'll probably
Here we
go
are.
to.
My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
Well, that was rude.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
What just happened?
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Oh, okay, take
Poor
your time.
Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
Everyone was heated here.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
From Anne Sallow to Sebastian Sallow. Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not yours. Leave my things be, Anne. Saucy. Okay. Don't touch your stuff. A letter from Sebastian Sallow to his sister Anne. Dear Anne, Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, Sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better. Sebastian.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
Sad. No wonder he's always breaking into the forbidden rooms.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring. Revelio.
Oh, this is a complicated dynamic. Why are there so many training levels here?
Leviosa. Accio. Sendo. Revelio.
Practice dummies. The residents of Feldcroft sometimes use these to practice their spellcasting, especially in light of recent goblin attacks. Interesting, more people in Feldcroft are also getting sick.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Well, that sounds sus. Maybe this is where someone with ancient
Up
magic
there,
will come in handy.
on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ramrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. A good wizard is a dead wizard in my book.
Better than a jobber now.
Did you reveal us about
I will make it.
Oh, wrong one.
Move of a coward. Rather unwise coming back this way. I won't rest long.
I think it's a lot of fun. Well, now you're going incognito, Sebastian. You gave our position away.
You won't get away with that.
Huh? You've made your last mistake. How nice of you to stop by. One less humour to work with. Truly. You're weak. I won't rest. Not quite enough. You will regret coming here. No! I won't rest.
I confess, that was a bit more than I bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Tried to warn us? And say we were taking on the army. Does look like an area where someone, might encounter people that would get them cursed.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Whose home was this?
been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Revelio.
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
Huh. It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house.
Revelio.
Down there.
Revelio.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian! I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
This is where those 4 professors helped save the village.
Revelio. Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Oh, this is probably her. Ignora. Is this where we start to tie together what's happening today with what she tried to do in the past?
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor.
Oh, Isidore. I've been saying her name wrong this whole time.
Isidora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out. Huh, a stairwell.
Used to be a bed.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Oh, is this Devil's Snare? Isadora Morganach, Journal Entry 1 of 7. It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be to rid them of their torment. So she's taking away emotion.
Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Particularly grief. I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal and I am the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
I'm guessing we're gonna find out what happened to that man.
Lumos.
Oh, Devil's Snare doesn't like the light.
Lumos. 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 Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Lumos.
Why do we see the Undercroft?
Revelio.
Oh, we gotta talk to Sebastian.
I know it sounds strange.
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, Invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come.
Sebastian
I'm
was
tempted
quick
to hold my breath.
to keep this secret from his best friend. It was like, alright, we won't tell him. Poor Ominous.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
The magic symbols here. Huh.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Is it connected to our common room?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
How are you going to explain this to Ominous?
Meet me near the ruins of Falbarton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
A little bit how all of this comes together. Anatomy class. Go talk to Sirona. It's been so long.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Glad you came.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. but I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Can I read these letters? People were upset with Sirona. I like them. But I can see a lot with the controversy that's been going around.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
I think the developers tried their best to be as inclusive as possible. It's very interesting. There's a lot of references to different cultures here. So, I don't know, but in my opinion, I love Sirona.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I've gotten permission to snoop. Let's go.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
The slightly alcoholic butterbeer. So we're going to be exploring an area we haven't got to yet. Everywhere during Halloween.
Revelio.
Level 3. That's a secret. We're not allowed in there yet. That is some giant fungi on this tree.
Revelio.
abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Revelio.
It's an upper Hogs Field.
I was only following orders. Leave your accusations in someone else's direction if you don't mind. Who's there?
Ranrock has fooled you all to your demise.
This.
Revelio.
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Dugbug warning. 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 Dugbug sighting. Be careful. Straight to the point.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Daddy.
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Take 'em on, since they're hunting us anyway.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Ooh. Is that because of the Rookwood family name?
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Okay, so now we know that Rookwood can't be influenced by the goblins.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Letters from my youth. I just cringe.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Alohomora.
I'll get there.
Mine now, demiguise.
That's... I guess we needed a drink first.
Revelio.
Shell.
This looks intriguing.
Revelio.
Much like to know. Along the way. Did we always catch our criminals? No. Did we sometimes put away the wrong person? It's possible. Is that an acceptable risk when it comes to preserving the well-being of the wizarding world at large? I'd like to think so, but then again, I'm not an innocent witch moldering away in Azkaban. If I were, then perhaps I should feel differently. It is a quandary without a solution, or at least not one that I am likely to solve. This is the problem with retirement. It leaves one with too much time to dwell upon bygone problems, but there's nothing one can do about it. Oh, and my bluebells died. Well, that ended in a sad note. She's retired and she's not quite sure. She's just reflecting all the mistakes of her past. That looking a little better? Alright, let's see if internet will work with me now. The Thistle and the Badge, Helen Thistlewood, Reflections of a Former Or. I'm still dwelling upon my big hypothetical from the other day. I always made certain that I could defend my decisions before the Wizengamot, should the need arise. I was required to do this on rare occasions, and it was never a pleasant experience, no matter how confident I was. Despite what some believe, the ministry is far from omnipotent, and when I hung up my badge, I left behind quite a few unsolved cases. If I had all the time in the world, I doubt I could solve them all. But should the opportunity arise to revisit one and correct any mistakes I made, I will certainly take it. That's the only way to rest easy about my career. Never hesitate to fix mistakes, especially if they are yours to begin with. I fear that in our haste to met out justice, we may inadvertently become the vehicle for injustice. I fear this especially for myself. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Oh, and I'm through with gardening. I need a new hobby. So Miss Thistlewood is going through a heck of a crisis during her retirement. I wonder what this new hobby is she's gonna take up. Went from an apple to a book. Okay.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Revelio.
In there. Pumpkin Fizz. Pumpkin Fizz is a fashionable carbonated drink with a pumpkin flavor. It has yet to become as popular here as butterbeer, but one never knows. There's a lot of Wigan welds. Oh! I didn't take any fall damage there.
Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora.
Where frame?
Revelio.
Okay. Cozy little home.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
Come now, don't be stingy.
That gets no rest.
New instruments are expensive, you know.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against the rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
Excellent. I'm glad the game is running smoother now. Thanks for the heads up, Danny. Ranrock is... The Loyalists are really terrorizing everywhere.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several Loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Bardolph and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm. Once my brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I don't think it helped.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
Yes? What about?
Mrs. Sprottle told me a little about your brother's disappearance.
Oh, dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic, and even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
If you see the game going crazy, just let me know so I can stop it. It is a huge, great game and it takes some bandwidth to play. So sometimes I think my internet is just throwing a fit.
Could Bardolph have run off?
No, he'd never leave me here alone. He did speak of going to talk with Victor Rookwood. That worries me almost more than his attempts at mastering dark magic. Rookwood is as dangerous as Ranrock, in my opinion.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you. How kind. I'd be so grateful to learn where he is. I know in my heart he's out there. Do be careful.
What do you have for sale?
Bardolph, where are you? I'll not give up hope. Thank you for passing through.
I could use some gold.
in a woolen
Seems as
jumper.
though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
That may or may not be using dark magic when we find him. I'm guessing this might be his dark magic study. I think the spine candles might be leading us to that conclusion. Oh, that Iron Maiden. Wonderful.
Human to worry about.
And we're back. They are just digging up these weird
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make. Oh, like heads of lettuce, those mushrooms were.
Enemy. So like
Over here! Why can't I hit you? Such. Let's get this. Such. How nice of you. Get accustomed to that. Don't have time for this.
they get so big when they're attacking. It's interesting.
I won't.
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. One camp down, one more to go.
This is the village of Wiggenwell potions. Because they are everywhere.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Ancient magic.
Afraid to fight?
Arrested momentum. Confringo. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
That student defeated our encampment in the tower. You've been saying it's been...
Levioso.
That was a... But this is sad. Really, it is.
You will suffer. Someone's here. Not quiet enough. Won't get away with that. I won't rest until you're dead.
camp's cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that. Revelio.
Ancient
These rocks have seen better days.
Levioso. Incendio. Revelio.
Let's do it. Just go down there.
That solves that. Revelio.
There. Just opening up their shop. We made it just in time.
See if there's something you need.
Spoken before. The Sky Scythe broom.
That's been a pleasure.
We're still too poor. But we will collect all of these brooms.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Revelio.
Cleared out the camps, but we still need to figure out what these items are.
What do you have in store for me this time?
Confringo.
Revelio.
Quick. Got one there. Is the third one.
that. Settled.
If only someone would come to my aid. Would you mind helping a poor old witch?
What seems to be the problem?
You may well ask. I'm convinced I saw a grim, an omen of death. I'm not safe, but if it can't see me, I'll be all right, won't I? All I need is an invisibility potion. Yes, that's what I need.
The Grim, if you saw one, is an omen. Omens don't attack you, so I doubt an invisibility potion will do you much good.
I can see you don't believe me. Fine. Then my blood will be on your hands.
What seems to be the problem?
You may well ask. I'm convinced I saw a grim, an omen of death. I'm not safe, but if it can't see me, I'll be all right, won't I? All I need is an invisibility potion. Yes, that's what I need.
Well, as it happens, I have what you need. Here. Not sure it'll help you, though. Be careful, won't you?
Oh, you're a gem, you are. I'll be sure to be very careful. And you be careful, too. No grim is going to get me. Thanks to you, kind child. You there! Can you help me?
Does she just keep asking for these potions?
You may well
nonstop?
ask. I'm convinced I saw a grim, an omen of death. I'm not safe, but if it can't see me, I'll be all right, won't I? All I need is an invisibility potion. Yes, that's what I need.
I'm afraid I'm all out of invisibility potion. I suggest finding somewhere safe and being especially careful.
Safe? Careful? Yes, that makes sense. And you're sure you don't... No. Very well.
Yeah, she's going through something. I do like that you can see
would come to
the
me
blue
aid.
powder tell.
Would you mind helping a poor old witch? You there? Can you help me? If only someone would come to the aid.
handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
New instruments are expensive, you know.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Got a stag skull decoration. This hamlet is always being threatened.
I could use some gold.
Too busy with fizzing
Back already! I picked up this violin in Diagon Alley. Complex bit of enchantment.
Oh.
Lovely sound.
He has 4 instruments now. Let's see how many this traveling street artist has next time. And good gossip. We're all just sitting around, eating apples. Another day in Upper Hogsfield. See if we can collect Sirona's letters.
Leviosa! Accio! Sendo! Arresto Memento!
Good.
This place has seen better days. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Is this... Oh, that's... That pretty pile of guts right here. Porklump Hollow.
Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters.
Incendio!
That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Oh. so many wig and weld functions.
Incendio! Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Probably gonna have to fight that.
Rest easy, my large friend.
Oh, did he have his own little doll?
Revelio.
See a lot of work lumps in this. Hey. Dear Sirona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of classes had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a Legilimens, but I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me, well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me, when you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts. I look at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense I mean everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first-year witch I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Mrs. Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprotter whenever I can for their delightful conversation, and I am ashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. Ooh, there's a lot of letters here. Dear Sirona, I conjured this weak gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether, and now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. Okay, so Sirona is a Ravenclaw. My dear Sirona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sprottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena.
This must be Sirona's box of letters.
Dear Sirona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Pinky to make your favorite cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Pinky. Bess. Dear Mrs. Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Glad Rags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling a marvelously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day, mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Sirona.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back.
Alright, we have collected all the letters here. Need to keep an eye out for all these names. It looks like we get to meet a lot of the characters mentioned from the past.
I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk lumps.
Right. Excellent. So, looks like that is a good point for us to stop here. We've collected all of the letters, and in next episode, we will deliver them to Sirona to see what she says about them. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you all for joining my stream tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your time.